Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you were there? Or opened your fridge and stood there, puzzled, trying to remember what you were looking for? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. According to recent studies, nearly 1 in 3 adults over 35 reports occasional memory lapses. Even more alarming, many of these memory problems are not part of normal aging. They're the result of daily habits that silently damage your brain. Yes, silently. These habits don't come with warning signs. They creep into your routine, slowly chipping away at your memory, until one day you realize something's wrong. In this video, you're going to discover the 5 everyday habits that are quietly destroying your memory and exactly what you can do to stop them, starting today. These aren't just tips. They're brain-saving, life-extending strategies that could protect your mental clarity for decades. So if you care about your health, your future, and your family, stay with me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because what you'll learn today could literally change your brain. Now let's dive into the first silent memory killer. Let's start with one of the most underestimated threats to your memory: lack of sleep. You may think you're saving time by cutting back on sleep, staying up late to finish work or binge one more episode. But what you're actually doing is robbing your brain of its most critical function: memory consolidation. Here's the science in simple terms. When you sleep, especially during deep sleep, your brain goes into archive mode. It organizes everything you've learned, experienced, and felt throughout the day. It transfers short-term memories to long-term storage, clears out toxins, and literally repairs itself. But when you sleep poorly or for too few hours, that process is interrupted. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that people who sleep less than 6 hours per night have up to 33% worse memory performance than those who sleep 7 to 8 hours. Even worse, chronic sleep deprivation increases your risk of cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, and dementia. And let's be honest, how many nights have you brushed off sleep as not a priority? It's time to flip that mindset. Because sleep isn't a luxury, it's a requirement for a healthy brain. Action tip: start by setting a fixed sleep schedule, even on weekends. Avoid screens 1 hour before bed and create a dark, cool, quiet environment to help your brain enter deep, restorative sleep. Your brain remembers better when it rests better. Excess sugar leads to insulin resistance, not just in your body, but also in your brain. This affects how brain cells communicate and store information. Over time, this can shrink critical memory centers like the hippocampus. In fact, research published in the journal Neurology found that people with high blood sugar levels, even without diabetes, had significantly lower memory performance and reduced brain volume. And it's not just sugar. Additives, trans fats, and artificial preservatives found in ultra-processed foods can impair cognition, increase oxidative stress, and trigger early mental decline. Think of it like this: every bite of processed food might be adding a few seconds to your cravings, but taking minutes off your memory. Action tip: start replacing processed snacks with real foods: fresh fruits, nuts, leafy greens, olive oil, and omega-3 rich fish like salmon. These nourish the brain, reduce inflammation, and can even reverse memory decline over time. Because feeding your brain right is one of the smartest decisions you'll ever make. Stress might feel like just another part of modern life, but your brain pays the price. When you're constantly stressed, your body produces high levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. In small bursts, cortisol helps you survive. But when it's elevated for weeks or months, it turns into a silent memory killer. Here's why. Cortisol shrinks the hippocampus, the area of the brain responsible for memory and learning. It also disrupts the balance of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which are essential for mental focus and emotional stability. A study from the University of Iowa found that people with prolonged stress had a significant reduction in short-term memory, even after just a few weeks. And let's face it, We live in a world filled with deadlines, bad news, and constant notifications. Most of us are stressed without even realizing it. But the damage adds up. Stress doesn't just make you feel overwhelmed, it rewires your brain to forget. Action tip: commit to daily stress reduction practices. It doesn't have to be an hour of yoga, just 10 minutes of deep breathing, a short walk in nature, or writing in a journal can lower cortisol and protect your brain. And remember, managing stress isn't a weakness. It's a superpower for your mental health. You've probably heard that exercise is good for your heart, but did you know it's just as crucial for your brain? A sedentary lifestyle doesn't just affect your waistline. It reduces blood flow to the brain, starving it of the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function properly. When you don't move, your brain literally slows down. Studies from the University of British Columbia have shown that regular aerobic exercise actually increases the size of the hippocampus, the part of your brain linked to memory and learning. That means exercise doesn't just preserve memory, it can boost it. On the other hand, sitting for long hours, especially without breaks, has been linked to reduced cognitive performance, poor focus, and even early mental decline. Think about it. How many hours do you sit each day without moving? Even short periods of activity, like a brisk 10-minute walk, can trigger the release of brain-boosting chemicals like BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports memory, mood, and mental clarity. Action tip: if you work at a desk, set a timer to get up and stretch every 30 to 60 minutes. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week. This can include walking, dancing, biking, or anything that gets your heart rate up. Your brain isn't meant to sit still. Movement fuels memory. Your brain was never designed to handle a constant flood of notifications, emails, and open tabs. In today's hyper-connected world, multitasking has become the norm. But here's the brutal truth. Multitasking is destroying your memory. Every time you switch between apps, tasks, or conversations, your brain is forced to refocus, and that process uses up cognitive energy. Instead of storing new information, your brain gets stuck in a loop of shallow processing. According to Stanford University researchers, chronic multitaskers have weaker attention spans, poorer memory retention, and are less able to filter out irrelevant information. And then there's screen time. Studies have shown that spending more than 7 hours a day on screens, especially scrolling on social media, is linked to structural changes in the brain's gray matter, affecting decision-making and memory. Think about how often you check your phone while watching TV or while talking to someone. It's not just a bad habit, it's a direct attack on your mental focus. Action tip: practice single tasking. Give full attention to one thing at a time, even for just 20 minutes. Set screen-free times during your day, especially first thing in the morning and before bed. And most importantly, be present. Because the more distracted you are in the moment, the less likely you are to remember it later. Now that you know the silent habits harming your memory, let's flip the script. Because the good news is, you can take back control, starting today. Your brain is incredibly adaptive. With the right habits, you can strengthen it, protect it, and even reverse early memory decline. Here are simple, science-backed strategies to protect and boost your memory every day. And prioritize quality sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep each night. This is when your brain files and secures your memories. 2. Eat for brain health. Load your plate with leafy greens, berries, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and omega-3 rich fish. Avoid sugar and ultra-processed foods. They're memory killers. 3. Move your body. Physical activity doesn't just energize you, it floods your brain with oxygen and growth factors that improve memory and learning. 4. Manage stress daily. Deep breathing, prayer, meditation, or simply stepping away from your phone for 10 minutes can reset your nervous system and protect your brain from cortisol overload. 5. Focus deeply. Turn off distractions, silence your notifications, and train your mind to focus. Even 10 minutes of true concentration builds stronger memory pathways than hours of scattered attention. 6. Stay mentally active. Learn a new skill, play memory games, read, or try a new language. A stimulated brain is a sharper brain. Your memory is your most precious asset. It holds your life stories, your relationships, your knowledge, and your identity. Don't wait until it fades to start protecting it. Let's face it, your memory isn't something to take for granted. Every forgotten name, misplaced key, or lost train of thought might seem harmless. But over time, these are signs your brain is asking for help. The habits we covered today, poor sleep, unhealthy diet, chronic stress, physical inactivity, and digital overload, might seem small on their own. But together, they silently chip away at your memory, focus, and mental sharpness. The most powerful takeaway: you can stop the damage and start the healing today. It doesn't require a radical lifestyle overhaul, just consistent, intentional changes. Here's your memory-saving checklist to start right now. Sleep 7 to 9 hours each night. Eat clean, whole foods and cut down on sugar. Move your body every day, even if it's just a 10-minute walk. Breathe deeply, unplug, and manage your stress. Put down the phone. Focus on one task at a time. Your brain is listening to everything you do. And every healthy habit is like a love letter to your future self. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Like it, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to stay informed and empowered. Drop a comment below. What memory habit are you changing starting today? Remember, your memory is your legacy. Protect it, nurture it, fight for it,